All right, welcome back. It is 7 o'clock on the big poll of exit poll show with me and Sanket Upadhyay on NDTV. And even before I can finish my introduction, Sanket Upadhyay, like a good journalist, is coming in with more breaking news.
No, there's some information.
Go for it, Sanket.
We are expecting an important pollster to give information on Himachal in the next couple of minutes.
Okay.
That's what I have learned.
Okay, but at the moment, Sanket, we have now at least, I think, half a dozen, if not more, exit polls.
Yes, we do.
And the averages of those polls are...
Yeah, on your screen right now.
On the screen, Sanket.
For Gujarat,
yes.
131 for the BJP, 41 for the Congress Party, Aam Aadmi Party 7, which clearly means that the BJP is winning big in Gujarat.
It's a sweep.
It's a sweep, but it'll be very interesting to see what the vote share is going to be.
Okay.
Is this a win on a slender margin?
Okay, so that's the big picture coming out from Gujarat. And Himachal, though?
Himachal, the BJP, the poll of poll says that the gap is now widening. It was neck and neck earlier. Now of 68, 37 to the BJP, 28 to the Congress, 0 for the Aam Aadmi Party, 3 for others. And the very interesting, as I said, the most interesting of the contest, Vasu, is the MCD election, where the Aam Aadmi Party...
It's the most interesting, but it's certainly interesting that it's coming out in the form of an exit poll.
Yeah,
that they're doing exit polls now on MCD election.
I
but anyway.
actually do not know of any other municipal election having an exit poll of its own. I mean, BMC maybe being the exception.
But again, maybe it will be more local channels. But
yeah, 155 for the Aam Aadmi Party in a 250 member house. 7 for the Congress and 84. The incumbents, the Bharatiya Janata Party, reduced to 84 in the MCD. So
okay, so the big picture for tonight for people tuning in, Sanket, is that the BJP has managed to now win record. This is now their record in Gujarat, that they've managed to win 4 terms on the trot since 1995. Okay, Vasu, the BJP has been. Let me just summarize. No, come back to it in a second. So BJP has swept Gujarat 4 terms on the trot, and Himachal, a state where typically there is a changing of guard in every election, they managed to have they may have managed to have broken that trend as well.
Vasu,
that's the big
Himachal Access My India exit poll is now out.
Okay.
The BJP 24 to 34. Neck and neck.
Okay.
The Congress 30 to 40.
Okay.
Completely in Himachal Pradesh. So Access My India has turned this around in favor of the Congress Party. 30 to 40 for the Congress in Himachal. 0 for the Aam Aadmi Party. This is actually an outlier of an exit poll.
But this is this range, though it's 10-seat difference. It's playing it a bit safe, though.
30 to 40.
Yeah.
Because look at the outer. The Congress is 30 to 40, BJP 24 to 34. So BJP could still be single largest.
In a house where 35 is the majority mark, the BJP, according to this poll, their outer limit is 1 short of that majority mark.
Right,
and
so
they give that advantage to the Congress Party. The reason why I say that it's an outlier, because this is the only exit poll which is giving this to the Congress. No other exit poll.
No, it's not giving it to the Congress, Sanket.
No, 30 to 40.
Yeah.
That's the highest.
But at the lower end of the range,
correct,
Sanket.
So neck and neck.
I mean, this could be hung.
Yeah.
Actually, this could be a hung.
And we all know what hung means. PKD Nambiar, hung means Operation Kamal. Bhaskar Ghosh is also with us.
No, John. Not anymore. Hung means it is divided into disproportionate or proportionate shares.
Yeah.
And when it is disproportionate, it is always in favor of the BJP. When it is proportionate share, it is always in the favor of the public. So that's the hung parliament means, basically.
Okay, but let's again just step back for a second and look at the big picture. Nalini Singh is also here with us, as we just Sanket introduced, PKD Nambiar and Bhaskar Ghosh. Bhaskar Ghosh, leader BJP, PKD Nambiar supports BJP. Nalini Singh, overall though, would you say that this is a remarkable performance by the BJP, if these exit polls are true, that you managed to hold on to Gujarat after 3 decades of being in power, and you may have managed to have flipped the Himachal trend?
Yeah, I think first Gujarat, it is absolutely, and there are, one should just laud the fact that the entire party, the cadre, the leaders, etc., all said that we are going into the shadows. It is the election of the Prime Minister. He also said that, in Himachal, for instance, he said vote for me, forget about the candidate, forget about everybody else, vote for me. So I would say that Gujarat is completely amazing. Now, then I would put a semicolon and say, after that, we have to watch the vote share of the Aam Aadmi Party. If it exceeds, vote share, if it exceeds 15%, I would say that this is a huge upset in Indian elections and then later on in Indian politics. Because, mind you, the Aam Aadmi Party matched the BJP for resources and for the buzz, and but having no network that we know about, and having Isudan Gadri against, let's say the Prime Minister. So if they still manage a greater than 15% vote share, I'm not looking at the seats. It is the public over there which is saying what it is. I mean, yesterday we need not have conducted an exit poll in Delhi. You could see how many people were telling you, on the road, etc. We vote jharu ko diya, jharu ko diya. So similarly over here, if it is greater than 15% is one thing. And the other thing that I find quite remarkable in Himachal Pradesh, for instance, is that this is the only party, this is the only Prime Minister who has conducted 20 rallies in Himachal Pradesh. Before 2014, Vasu and Sanket, you'll recall, Sagarika too, that in fact it was, what they say, bamushkil, if the Prime Minister went for one rally in Himachal Pradesh. Our Prime Minister is now conducting 20 rallies. But this also gives me, not only that BJP does it, the fact is that the BJP has been in contact with the rebels who are likely to win, which is a very telling fact.
The Prime Minister himself called a rebel.
And that rebel was in JP Nadda's constituency.
Yes.
Correct.
JP Nadda's home constituency. So it appears that there is something afoot that we don't know about. But of course, our extremely withered BJP in Himachal Pradesh knows about. So I would say that if my Access poll has just come in, it has of course peppered up your discussion, but at the same time it's peppered up the interest of the connoisseurs of exit polls. Because here is what you're calling an outlier, but from many indications, let me just give you this
No, but Nalini,
old pension scheme.
Sure.
And
No, I'm saying
apple growers.
there are many factors. I think the point is that even if it's tight, even if the Access poll is suggesting that it's a tighter contest, that itself is a remarkable achievement, because the performance of the BJP government, the trend about constant replacing of the Gaddi, appears to have been either broken or brought to a narrow contest. An election that the Congress should have comfortably taken has now become a tight, hung type situation.
Vasu, just a 10-seconder, that we are talking about the Aam Aadmi Party having done so badly or whatever in Himachal Pradesh. Their Himachal Pradesh in charge is sitting in Tihar jail.
Right, Satyendra Jain.
So what do we really expect?
I mean, and the other thing is, Vasu, I think what's important here is we should raise this question to the Congress, is that, you see, what is the maqsad of the Bharat Joro Yatra? I mean, in a democracy, should we win elections or should we not? Or should we focus on the ideological war and the war of ideas and the battle of ideas, which Rahul Gandhi is doing to his credit? I mean, I think he's getting a lot of great optics. But isn't democracy also about winning elections? And also, so this decoupling of the Bharat Joro Yatra from electoral realities.
And that's in the middle of an election
in the middle of an election. How far is this
we have
working?
Sujata Paul with us.
Yeah, Sujata Paul
Of the Congress.
Of the Congress party. Would you like to respond that a very common criticism all through this election season was election Himachal mein hai, Gujarat mein hai, and your movement and mobilization is happening in Kerala, Maharashtra, Karnataka, and now in Rajasthan.
Now entering the Hindi heartland.
Yes. So, but when you talk about the election, sorry, can I speak?
Yeah.
Yes. When you talk about the elections, obviously elections are very important. You need to win elections to ensure that there is democracy in the country. But why is the Bharat Joro Yatra so important? Because when democracy is under attack, it is important for people to be made aware of, and people need to understand that with every organization, every institution, in the control of the present dispensation. You have seen what has happened during elections. We have seen how every channel has shown live the movement of the Pradhan Mantri. Now, was that correct? Now, the point is that when elections are going to take place at a particular place, it is bound to happen that there are elections, the campaigning is going on at another place. But that's not how fair elections happen. Now, when you talk about the Bharat Jodo Yatra...
No, but Sujata, the Bharat Jodo... No, I'm saying apart from... You can, if you want to do a Bharat Jodo type Yatra, that's fine. But I'm saying when you look at what has just happened with, if these outcomes are correct, that you've again failed to dislodge the BJP in Gujarat, you may have not even managed to flip Himachal, and you're nowhere in the Delhi municipal elections. Isn't that aren't these red flags, alarm bells for the Congress?
These are exit polls. These are not exact polls. And it is the Janta which is Janardhan, right? And you must also understand...
So are you saying that these exit poll numbers are totally wrong?
Srinivas, if I am allowed to talk on this.
Yeah, I'm coming to you.
Today, I just saw the India Today results, the exit polls for Himachal. And look at what they are projecting. So, these are not the final thing. And I must tell you one most important thing. Last time, the BJP secured only 99 seats. So that, but you must, at the end of it, we have seen what the Bharatiya Janata Party has done. It is the Prime Minister's face on which they have won elections, and that is what is putting off people now. We have seen that ambulance saga which happened. Now the point is, do you need to have unstable governments? Let me just complete this, please. Do you want to have an unstable government and then have the Prime Minister remove the Chief Minister along with the entire cabinet, or do you want people to understand that they are the ones who are...
So there's no crisis for the Congress. If from tonight's numbers, you're not seeing any crisis for the Congress.
I'll tell you, because if you talk about Himachal Pradesh, we are definitely winning. The Prime Minister called up a rebel candidate, but he was not able to get the rebel candidates, and there were a whole lot of others. And they are going to help dislodge the BJP in those seats. Now, if you talk about Gujarat, please let me complete this. In the first phase, if you look at the area, the Saurashtra area or the South Gujarat, we are definitely getting 60 plus out of the 89 seats. In the second phase, and mind you, the second phase of North Gujarat and Central Gujarat, no matter who says what, 60 plus is what we will get out of the 93 seats, because
so you're saying you're getting 120 seats.
120 seats for the Congress.
120 seats. The average exit poll of polls is giving you 40 seats.
Yeah.
But you're getting 123 times as many. Anyway, I mean, technically you're right. It is an exit poll. Sorry,
of their own.
Yeah.
May I? See, I'll tell you this election is a very defining moment, according to me. Why? One, of course, 27 years later, and again, a government is coming back, which is definitely, other than in Bengal, we have never seen anything. But you also need to understand that what is the Gujarat model of election. It is purely on the walk the talk. It's a development which can be seen, experienced, whether it is whatever it may be. There may be some more things to be done. There is no society which may, which a government can fulfill all the needs and aspirations of a society. But broadly, if you really look at it, that even in the afternoon, I was seeing one of your own journalists who was talking to multiple people from every generation. The people are predominantly happy. So this gives...
That is, by the way, largely in Ahmedabad. So just as a caveat.
So I will tell you one thing.
Which is a kind of a BJP...
Anywhere in the world, I'll tell you, anywhere...
BJP
one second, Srinivasan. Anywhere, if you really look at the tribal belt or the rural belt, definitely the development reached there at that is the last place where the real development gets in. And secondly, there is also another thing, like for an example, if it is a tribal belt or any belt which is the rural belt, it will take them to get into a city level of development. It may take...
but hold on. PKD, you've had 30 years in Gujarat, and when you talk about performance, it's a mixed bag, right? When one talks of the Gujarat model, the numbers as far as economic progress go are very good. You're the fastest growing state in the last 9 years. Hold on. Last 9 years, according to the RBI, you're number 2 in GSDP, which is state domestic product, 19 lakh crore. But you're number 17 in literacy, 17. You are number 12th in infant mortality. Almost half of class 5 students from government schools could not read class 2 level text. This is according to the ACER 2018 survey. So I'm saying there are two Gujarats, right? one Gujarat which is shining and visible on TV screens, there's another Gujarat which is doing very poorly. The fact that you still win, all credit to the Modi factor and all that, but you can't just say it's on the basis of governance and performance.
No, there is another way of looking at that. I agree with you all these human index, because I belong to Kerala, wherein supposed to be all the human development index are supposed to be at par with the most progressive countries. But then the problem is that the most of the people like me are away from Kerala looking for a job or a business. Now, why I'm telling you this? The reason being, there is a cultural reasons for this malnutrition, what you said, and the education part. It requires complete change. It requires a complete overall change.
You cannot now get into cultural reasons for malnutrition.
What is the cultural? What is the cultural reason? I'd like to know what is the cultural reason.
Mr. Nambiar, 27 years later, that's a very bad excuse.
No,
I'll tell you, 27 years later,
that is not going to happen.
You are questioning the intelligence of the electorate.
Not questioning the intelligence of the voter.
That makes no sense.
Questioning what you are saying.
But Vasu, can I make a quick point?
Yes.
Yeah, can I make a quick point? Going back to the Congress, I think the Congress morale will be boosted hugely if this Axis poll. The Congress really today is really got its back to the wall. It's just bad news bears all the time. This party is sinking and it knows
it. It has become an NGO.
It knows it. It knows it. But that is why Himachal, for whatever the reason, the fact is that in case it manages to win, it manages to win, then it will have something to pick themselves up from. Because, you must understand, a party's morale is really gets smashed after defeat after defeat after defeat, and even when they win narrowly, that is snatched away by the BJP. So I think,
left defeated, and that's why we are in the race even today. Be very clear about that. This country belongs to us, and we will fight for it tooth, toe, and nail. No matter what. No matter how many institutions captured by the BJP.
That is living in Kakuland. What's the point? You have to be realistic as a politician. You have to be realistic and look at the numbers.
We are very realistic.
Okay, Ajay Bose, one question I wanted, Vasu mentioned this point in our previous broadcast. Next year, when some crucial elections will take place, there will be Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, Karnataka, Telangana. And if the Congress does not fire, by the way, the Yatra has gone through, I believe, all of these states, barring Chhattisgarh.
Rajasthan also it is said to end.
Some of these states. If that does not happen, if the Congress does not fire, are we to expect this Axis My India poll to be the only saving grace for the Congress party?
No.
They will have no chief
minister. This is a very good question, but please try and understand, morale of a Congress worker is important. Okay. And they need some winnability to even pick themselves up to fight these polls, these very polls which you're talking about. Now, say in Karnataka, they have a chance, they have a good chance. The BJP is in serious trouble there, but the Congress organization is rusty, it is not working, and that is the problem with the Congress. That organizationally, Rahul Gandhi may carry any number of crowds for Bharat Jodo Yatra, but the fact is, organizationally, it is virtually fossilized and dead.
Okay.
And that is why it's not able. So it needs some good news from somewhere.
Right. Okay. Deepal Trivedi is also with us, senior journalist from Gujarat. Earlier she was with Mirror, now Vibes of India. Thank you very much indeed, Deepal, for being able to join us. Prithvi Reddy, Aam Aadmi Party spokesperson, is also with us. Deepal, when you look at these exit poll numbers, and the average is still putting the BJP at a whopping 131 seats and Congress is just at about 41. Is this, Deepal, what you were also seeing all along?
Actually, I'm not surprised, because this was quite expected. I see about half a dozen more seats for the Congress, but otherwise most of the polls are giving a pretty accurate figure of what reports we are getting from the ground. I just wanted to make a point that, that of Rahul Gandhi and his Bharat Jodo Yatra. But I have to make a point here that because this is Gujarat, even if instead of Bharat Jodo Yatra, there would have been a Gujarat Jodo Yatra and Rahul Gandhi would have camped in Gujarat for a month consecutively, the results would not have changed because it is Gujarat. Because the parameters to vote are different, the parameters with which we view politicians are different, the paradigms are different, our considerations are different.
But Deepal, even if not a Bharat Jodo Yatra, last time when Rahul did campaign intensively in Gujarat, did over 30 rallies, the Congress came within striking distance. So I think the question is not so much about the Yatra per se, but the fact that the Congress just didn't fight hard enough. And that's the question, Deepal, that I wanted to ask you, that do you think that this BJP result is an outcome of, great, governance and the Modi factor and all that? Or is it also because you had the main opposition party that didn't really fight and the opposition vote got divided between the Congress and the AAP?
There are multiple reasons, I would say. See, the Congress did not have a very loud campaign. Of course, the Congress, I'm often surprised at the vote share the Congress gets, compared to the legwork that it puts in every election. And there are some serious Congress supporters that it manages to get a vote share. Even in 2017, it got a vote share of 41.4%. But why the BJP's success? Number one is, BJP has established itself as some sort of the only option that is good for Gujarat, for Gujaratis per se, the socio-economic dynamics.
Right.
Unlike many other people, when they ask each other of how are you, we Gujaratis just say Danda Pani Kem Che. How is your Danda Pani? Which means how are you doing in life? So business matters. We don't want curfews, we want prosperity. So BJP has been able to sell these concepts very strategically and smartly to Gujarat, and this is the reason that we have been seeing BJP.
I think it's a fear-based, Vasu, I would agree with Deepal because I was in Surat and this sense in the diamond traders, the textile traders is that it's absolutely okay. In the past 25, 30 years, we look what all we have been able to build. I don't think we need change because there is this big fear factor. Who will come? What policy will they bring? Will it damage our business? So everything is Danda Pani.
Right.
So that
not just Danda Pani, but as you said,
the thing is that there is a trend also, Srinivasan. There is people don't wanted to change the government. Uttarakhand, it was never the history.
But PKD, the fact, coming back to your point about this is all because of amazing calm kiya hai by BJP. The fact is that BJP itself did not have faith on its own government.
That's true.
That's why you had to replace the chief minister.
No, it's not.
Hold on, once again.
It's not a faith in the government. It's a question of the dynamism of the entire management.
Sorry?
Dynamism of the entire management.
No, what were you managing?
I'm telling you,
if there was nothing wrong,
after 3 times changes in Uttarakhand, we've got the better result over there.
We're talking about Gujarat.
No, I'm just telling you. I'll tell you.
Course correction that you made.
That is the way.
And the result you're getting right now, we are talking about the opinion poll. Let me tell you some of the statistics. Last year,
once again, let's stay on this point. Let's stay on this point. Let's stay on this point that if everything was hunky-dory, you're not necessarily going to have to replace your entire top leadership, right? That's an acknowledgement that there was a problem.
Let me tell you this. This is very interesting. In management, we say if an active, functional, aggressive organization, they monitor each and every leadership of that particular organization, whether it is in corporate or in political party. BJP is a vibrant 24/7 working mechanism. So wherein it has got its own internal mechanism to measure how every individual, whether it is a elected representative, MLA or a minister,
Understood,
or for that matter,
but
chief
why was
minister.
Vijay Rupani replaced?
So that is precisely I said. They would be having their own internal expectation from an ex-leader or an ex-collective
So
leader.
you say
If they are not performing very well,
you
they
have
would
got the
be
result of the
mark.
Mr.
investment.
Nambiar is saying he failed.
Yes,
No,
he
no,
did-
one
he
point,
did
one
mess it up.
thing, not only one thing.
No, no, no,
His
no.
secondly,
failed to
secondly, I think most important thing is BJP is the world's largest party. It has got a large number of leadership. It is a collective leadership,
PKD.
a huge number of people. If
You're
people
not-
don't, if there are new people will be coming in and new ideas are coming in, that should be welcome. That is the way any vibrant organization should
I have one more
function.
point. I have one more point to
Minister,
mention.
unless there's a problem, right? We
No,
can-
you
yes.
replace
No,
the
you
whole
don't have to.
government.
No, no,
So
no,
why
no,
should
I
you
have
give
one
a
point. I have
proposition
one
for
more point.
somebody to
Yeah.
become a chief minister forever?
The point is, I think what Mr. Ghosh is saying is right in a way, that the BJP is nimble to act. I mean, they saw anti-incumbency. Overnight, the entire government was
Of course,
changed.
that's-
But have you
But
seen
that's not
a
a-
single
that's not a-
So
rebellion
don't forget one thing. We have got
rebellion.
we have got-
rebellion in Gujarat for the first time. One more for the first time.
Every-
the BJP
every party
had
has
to
got a
say-
rebellion.
has to
Every
vote
party has got a
not in
rebellion.
Gujarat. If 19 people are rebelling and you're 21 and your state president has to suspend them for their rebellious
Yes,
act in
yes.
Gujarat.
That is again the dynamism. You cannot manage the Congress, cannot manage the G20. They cannot manage G23, and we have no doubt that we have
Okay, okay. We have
Just look at
two
in-
BJP
just look
stalwarts
at
in the studio, so
Congress,
no one else is being allowed to get a word in edgewise.
But I think it's a remark of your
Okay, let's get AAP also.
danger, because you are so
Thank you, Vishnu.
reliant on your national leadership that your state leadership can't win you the election.
Ma'am, that
Okay,
is
okay.
because you have a
Let
national
me tell you
leadership.
one thing.
You have
Let
a
me tell you
national
one thing.
leadership.
Okay,
Allow
no,
me,
no,
allow
we'll have
me,
to.
allow
No, no,
me.
one second.
Allow me.
No, no, I will not allow. I will not. Sorry. We have other panelists. One second. Bhaskar da, Sagarika, one second. Sagarika, one second. Bhaskar da, PKD. Let's go to Aam Aadmi Party. We have Prithvi Reddy with us also, who's been patiently sitting in. Prithvi Reddy, what do you make of these? Because these results are kind of interesting for Aam Aadmi Party. You may not be very happy with what's happened in Gujarat, where you're a distant number 3, but Delhi, MCD results, that has been the big rabbit out of the hat, Prithvi Reddy.
Vishnu, I think if the results...
It's
if the
Vasu,
MC
it's
polls were
Srinivasan, but that's
correct.
fine. Vishnu, Vasu, it's all, we're all
I am
fruits
so
of the
sorry.
same
I
tree.
am sitting in a remote
different
area.
avatars,
My
different
network-
avatars of the same.
My
Truth.
network is really poor. Please
No, no
forgive me.
problem, no problem,
I-
no problem,
yeah.
no problem.
So I think if the MCD elections were held in April as they were supposed to be, I think we would have swept. We would have got 200 plus, but we are still winning, and we are happy with that. As far as the Gujarat exit polls go, I'm not saying that the pollsters are wrong, but let's not forget in 2013 we were given 4 seats and we got 28 seats. Even in the 2015 election, we were given between 8 and about 20 seats and we got 67. So I think when you have a new entrant, specifically in an area like a state like Gujarat, I think people are scared to express themselves. So I think we should wait before we take these to be written in stone. Apart from this, I think what's very interesting, apart from the BJP talking about how they're a machine, etc., etc., I think what the AAP has done in Gujarat is made this election about some very serious issues. Apart from the 50-kilometer roadshow that Mr. Modi did, for the first time in 40 years of his
What's wrong in
political
that?
career.
What's wrong in that?
No, nothing.
Okay,
Let me speak,
let
sir.
me finish, let me finish. Let him
speak.
finish, we'll come back.
I didn't interrupt, right? I didn't say anything was wrong with it. But after 40 years in public life, Mr. Modi, Mr. Amit Shah was forced to go and inaugurate a school, a classroom. Mr. Modi had to sit in a fake exhibition room and say that we are going to build such. So I think you have to hand it to the Aam Aadmi Party that we did bring this election about people's issues. We did expose the fact that the Congress, in Gujarat, the BJP's performance in health and education is dismal. They're at 20th place and 14th place when it comes to education and healthcare when you compare it with the other states.
Prithvi,
So I
where
think
do
we
you
fought
think-
a hard
okay,
election.
I'm saying where do you think you may have fallen short if these numbers are true in Gujarat?
I think we need to recognize that we are a 10-year-old party. What we've managed achieving in 10 years is something that is remarkable. I think post this election, we will be a nationally recognized party. We will have presence in 4 states with government in 2 states. I think we are doing well for ourselves. What we could have certainly done with is a much stronger organization. Gujarat, we had a strong organization in the Surat area, but for the rest, it was the biggest state we have fought so far. I still believe our performance is going to be far superior to what is being projected.
Okay.
Okay.
I would rather wait for the election results.
Mr. Reddy,
before
before
Sanket,
we
sorry,
move
that was
forward-
interesting about the fact that national status.
Yes.
Yeah, national status. That is
will
true.
get it.
After this
They will
election,
get it. They will
if
get
they
national
if they perform as these exit polls suggest, they will be recognized as a national
If they
party.
get above
Because-
6% of the vote,
Exactly.
if they get above
Exactly.
6%
Okay, two
6% of the national
new
vote.
exit polls have come. Times Now ETG for Gujarat gives the BJP 131, the Congress 41, and the Aam Aadmi Party 6. Again, the trend is the same.
I thought Times
TV9
Now ETG had already come.
No,
This has
ETG
come for the first time.
Yeah,
Okay.
it has come. And then Himachal TV9 has given the BJP 33 and the Congress Party 31. This is TV9
It says
Gujarat.
TV9 Gujarat.
TV9
So I'm not sure
Gujarat,
TV9 Gujarat is
on
doing
Himachal.
polls.
On Himachal. So their exit poll says
So far, the Axis My India is the only one saying that
Exactly.
there's a neck and neck in Himachal.
exactly.
Also, just to summarize, Nalini, that the poll of exit polls for Himachal is still BJP 35, Congress 29. So the average is showing the BJP exactly at the
At the
halfway
majority
mark.
mark, yeah.
Yeah, but I would say, surely, but I would say that, in Himachal Pradesh, if you talking about the Congress was again invisible in Himachal Pradesh as they were in Gujarat. But Himachal Pradesh is a small state where door-to-door campaigning works. The constituencies are 90,000 to 30,000. They are small also. So what happens is that the MLA candidate actually happens to know most of the prominent villages, etc. And here there was absolutely hardly any so-called national leader of the Congress party that you can.
No,
on
in
a
all fairness,
sustained basis.
Priyanka was in
Priyanka
charge
went,
of
but no
Himachal.
went,
So
but
she
no
was,
went.
she,
This
at
is
least
also
that's one
despite
state
a lot
where
of
they sent
rebellion
a
in,
Gandhi
BJP,
to campaign.
in Himachal.
But not in a sustained manner. What I'm trying to
Of
say
course,
is
yes.
that in small states, actually it's the local people, local issues who carry the day. Maybe 1 or 2 national, that's it. Now in Gujarat, that is not so. So I'm actually extremely intrigued. Congress should have died in Gujarat. Look at the blitz. Look at the numbers of rallies. Look at the saturation by the BJP. Even the Aam Aadmi Party was not resource wanting. How is it that the Congress Party had not died? And I will just go back to what I think the Congress spokesperson or somebody was saying, that is there still a residual Congress vote? That is,
But there's always been.
No, but that's always, there's a 40% Congress vote across the past 3 decades. Across this continuous decline, they're still polling 40%.
But not in the whole country. Not in the whole country. It may be in Himachal, in Gujarat.
But that's because in Gujarat it's bipolar.
Wherever there are bipolar contests, yes, I agree. But of course it's on the decline. But what I'm saying is that the Congress would have, they put their face masks on their eyes, I think. And also on their ears, if they can't see this and hear this.
No, but when you're saying that they've not died, they've fallen from 77 to 41.
But
I
not
mean,
died.
they've dropped.
41 is not death.
They've
Not
dropped
much of
half.
a
the
But
number of
I tell you,
seats.
Nalini, with all you have to understand, like, just compare the Bengal election, where in 32 years the CPIM was ruling. That was not the era of that was an ideological era, or talking about only just the poverty or the socialism as the key. Today, today's voter is a smart voter who carries a smartphone, irrespective of.
Also a lot of ideology and a lot of Hindu nationalist.
That is true. There, it is there. I am also saying that today's judgment
but in
about a
Gujarat you
government
must
is
see the
way
caste
ahead.
factor also.
Sagarika ji, today's
48% is
judgmentally
OBC.
about a government
40
or an
and
individual is
almost
far
40%.
better.
Again,
one
everyone
more.
talking at the same time, no one can
Bhaskar
hear.
is giving some details on the voter composition.
Right.
Yeah.
In Gujarat, see, 48% is OBC. Adivasis are 14.75%, Patidar is 11%. So the composition of the OBC and the Adivasi is pretty more than 50%. So if
What
we,
is the point?
The point is, if we are not
not being into development of Gujarat, which is obviously I've got the figure, then how these Adivashis and OBCs which are giving vote to us, even they are the backward states supposed to be.
By the way, in many of the Adivasi seats, it's the Congress that has traditionally
I can give the example of that also in details.
Yeah.
But my question is that Gujarat is not only a development model, it is development amongst almost all caste model.
One second.
Development in a corner is one thing.
One second. Hold on. You know, when you make sweeping generalizations, hold on. You can't make sweeping generalizations like why are all these communities voting for us? Because last time in 2017, out of the 24 ST seats, the BJP won 9, the Congress won 15. So you are weak in the tribal areas. That may be changing now. But again,
I'm talking about
you
22.
can't. Yes, but
Why
we don't
we
know.
are getting 131? Because we
don't
have done the development over there.
I'm saying we don't
that
know
is the
who
correction
has.
most.
I'm saying you can never say who has voted for you or not voted for you.
Out of 34
from the
campaigns,
tribal
Prime
belt,
Minister,
and
see
he
how
said
many
A
campaigns
for
he has done into
Adivasi.
those areas.
But
That
I'm
is the
saying
way he
you can't
started
make
with.
generalizations without data. That's all.
No, when
Yes,
the
we do
Congress
not know.
top
And
leadership
I
is
think
not
that
touching Gujarat.
when you
They
break,
are lying. They are lying.
when
They
you
are
take
lying
a look at the
silent.
data,
Our Prime
we'll
Minister
get
is visiting those areas 2 times more than the last time.
Okay.
He has visited those areas in the past also. Anyway,
Yeah.
we'll take a break and
short
come
break,
back.
but Vasu, you know, one interesting point that I think we must tell all our viewers.
Yes.
There are 3 exit polls on MCD, 7 exit poll results on Himachal,
Okay.
and I think this is the big build-up by various television channels and pollsters. Only 3 exit polls on Gujarat. So there will be, I think, at least 5 or 6 more on
Okay,
Gujarat.
but
that has not come.
the
Gujarat.
broad Gujarat story is
Only
already
on the
is
basis
already sort of out.
But Vasu, only on the basis of 3 exit polls.
Okay,
So
but-
there will be
all
4 or
right.
5 more.
This is just 3 exit
Only
polls.
3 exit polls. So we are expecting.
BJP to 131 to 134.
Yeah.
See, as on date at 7:40, what is the status of
Yeah.
this? Gujarat is 3 out of 3 is favoring us.
Yeah.
Okay, let's take a short break at this moment.
Come back with vote share.
Exactly. We'll see if that data is available, because I don't think it is being computed. Short break. Be right back.
Welcome back. The poll of exit polls, as we said, the big picture is that the BJP has won Gujarat now for a record 4th time on the trot, if these exit polls are correct, and may have just about managed to hold on to Himachal. Let's get quickly closing comments from all our panelists on the show tonight. Starting with you, Sujata Paul, that again, because these are all ifs, this is just an exit poll, but if this is broadly what the trend is going to be, and not to forget also the projection that AAP is sweeping the MCD election in Delhi, the Congress is a distant third. If those are broadly the trends, Sujata Paul, what is the big lesson here for the Congress that you take away from this?
Ground also, projections were projections, but what happened on the ground is something different. So when we talk about the exit polls, I will repeat again that these are not the exact polls, and you wait and watch. Because if you look at Gujarat, the 19 rebel MLAs, they cut the votes of their own candidates, the BJP candidates.
Right.
And so that has benefited the Congress in those regions. And in the second phase, there was no MIM, nobody was voting for them.
So any
Aam Aadmi
lesson,
Party-
so no lesson
Right.
at all? Any
See,
lesson,
every elections teaches us lessons. Whether we win or lose, we learn.
So
We
what's
learn.
the, okay,
But we
so,
don't win.
so
We
what
are
could be a
winning.
lesson from this?
The lessons from this is that exit polls are not the final word. It is the judge which is the master.
That's the only lesson, nothing that makes you think maybe there's something the Congress is doing we need to fix, not at all.
When we come into power, we will work for people. We will be the real
Then they will
savers.
start the Media Jodo Jatra.
Okay.
After Bharat Jodo
Okay,
Jatra, they will
okay, so
start the
you're
Media
saying,
Jodo Jatra.
all right, okay, so you're,
To do it.
okay, so
Because one word,
you're
one
saying
last-
there's no, okay, fine, you're,
to rebut what Mr. Nambiar had been saying. He said it takes a long time to, do things for the tribals, for the rural areas. Don't you remember their questions on 70 years? In this country which did not make a needle, today has so many resources that the Prime Minister is selling all of them. 27 years and no achievements to fight for. No achievements to showcase.
Ma'am, Narendra Modi had to come to make the first semiconductor plant in India.
One second.
Do you know that? The electronic revolution had happened in the
only
world
now
about
taking
50
closing
years
comments,
back.
not closing debate.
Freedom
All right,
because
let me just get
because
Ajay
of the-
Bose. Ajay Bose, your quick takeaway from tonight's projections.
Well, as I said before, I think the BJP is still has its nose clearly in front at the moment. Of course, Gujarat is a very special state for the BJP. It's very, very strong there. Last time was indeed a surprise that the Congress ran it close. But the fact is that in Delhi, it has not been able to come back. It has lost repeatedly these past two legislative elections. And in Himachal, let us see if the Congress manages to win, then it's a blow for the BJP.
It's a blow for the BJP.
Yeah.
P.K. Nambiar, lessons for the BJP. I mean, again, hats off if this is true. But the fact that even in an election which is almost a done deal for you, that there is a need to inject the rhetoric of divisiveness, of hate, of Amit Shah saying 2002, sabak sikhaya humne rioters ko, Himanta Biswa bringing in Aftab, Shraddha saying love jihad. Is there a lesson here that maybe that is something can be avoided?
See, well, I don't think that it was both Himanta Biswa Sharma's, I think it was an interview with you, I guess. It was all about a question and a reply to that. It was not like a narrative which the BJP has brought into
Amit
this.
Shah on stage saying that 2002 rioters ko humne sabak sikhaya.
It was again, I'll tell you on what is the background, the before and the after. The before and after that, what he was talking about after 2002, the riot.
He was saying 2002. He was not saying after. He said 2002 mein humne sabak sikhaya.
No, I don't think that may not be the right way you are portraying what his comments. His comments were that from there onwards there was no single rioting which took place in Gujarat. I think the broader line today, what we need to understand from this, if at all if these exit polls are going to be true, and I don't think we have any reason today to unbelieve this exit poll. This gives a clear mandate that there is a #1 leader of this country is Narendra Modi, and he is an undisputed #1 leader. And 2024, it's again going to be an easy cakewalk for Narendra Modi. More on top of that, it is also a new kind of a politics which is called about the development as the right mantra.
I just have time for one last response, Nalini.
He has left 2029 for me. So I would just say that
magnanimously.
Really. Or is he not sure?
By the time I don't know Congress will be there or not.
One second. I just want to say that, you're saying what are the lessons for BJP?
May I come in, please?
With this kind of amazing,
I need 30 seconds.
Amazing vote share or seat share, can they at least stop engineering defections now?
Okay, stop engineering defections. I think Prithvi.
No leader.
Just 30 seconds.
Yeah, Prithvi Reddy, go for it. Just go.
Yeah. So I think what we are missing and what the BJP is conveniently forgetting is that they've got thrashed in Delhi. If this exit poll were true, they were in power for 15 years. The lesson to be taken is the BJP is beatable. You need a strong opposition.
Okay.
As you left out.
I think
okay, now this is going to break into the next show.
It's so convenient that they have forgotten to talk about Delhi and thrashing their
Okay, so you're saying that the BJP is beatable.
Very quickly.
One line, literally one line.
Big momentum for the BJP going into 2024.
Right.
Congress doesn't live to fight another day. Kejriwal challenger #1.
One line feedback.
Gujarat for development. Himachal Pradesh is a swinging state, and there we are going to win. And for MCD, I keep my fingers crossed because maybe there's 50% is majority for the BJP.
That is not a lesson. That is a summary of the outcome. But anyway, we'll have to leave it there. But we will continue to focus on this big story in prime time. So stay with NDTV.